Oh crap! I forgot about looking up that storm that popped up there on Salt Lake.
They can hear us.
Hi, Chet.
Oh, you got all your stuff in order?
Yes, I was as ready as I can be.
Hey, hey.
Hey, evening. How's it going?
I haven't seen
We got
Dave in
Nick.
a dog's age. He must be working.
Probably is. Yeah, give him that. He's a worker. Ain't nothing wrong with a working man.
Oh, shudder at the thought
So
of
how's
it.
it going? Huh?
I shudder at the thought of that, a working man. Aren't we supposed to be scared of working men? They're toxic and.
Oh, they're trying.
No, but then it
What
was you.
do you,
Maybe it was you that was saying they want men back now.
yeah.
They're tired of the beta male. That they so craftily made. I mean, since
Yes.
what, the 80s, it was metrosexual. You were a meta, or you remember that? They had
Yes, I
the red
remember the Metro.
pink leather jackets with the sleeves pulled up and the hairdo.
And
That's
the
when men started going
sweaters.
to salons. The sweaters, yeah.
But after a while, that shit
Hey,
kind of
Dave.
went away. Hey, Dave. Now I got something here I wanted to play a piece of so we could discuss.
Okay, well, hang on. Let me put you on the big screen. There you go. You own it.
You know, they've reached the bottom of the barrel with the shit they cry about, but this one, it's a new level.
Reason why heart disease.
I'm white, I can't comment.
Listen to what I'm saying. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day.
Okay.
Oh. But I can be called cracker, white devil, colonizer.
How do you indirectly call somebody the N word?
Maybe I heard it one time, so now I'm guilty because I know the word. It rings in my head. I don't know. I,
There's people actually sit around and talk about this shit like it's serious.
but infants are born with racism instilled in their DNA, they said. So white people can't raise their kid that's not racist. It's impossible.
Tell you what, man.
No, that
And
just,
just
yeah, that's enough's enough. Again, we gave you a shot. You wanted more, we gave you more, and you abused
yes,
it.
but this is the same jackass that didn't know what a fire extinguisher pull on a wall was
Yeah,
compared to a door handle. And he was a principal at a high school.
yeah. Sorry, buddy. I'm not buying it.
And they think they're going to put him in some position of power, you know?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous. can search the web without them guys seeing it or not? I want to look up that clip. The woman that got hit by a car at the No Kings protest. And how fucking upset she was that they said it's your fault. Oh my God.
So, how fast is everybody going to be leaving New York?
They ain't got the sense to get out.
After that election, people, I don't know what to tell you. There's no Snake Plissken.
But that's their choice, all right? You know what you were doing. There's no way you didn't know what you were doing. So, hey, out.
Boy, they seem to change their way over there in NATO, how they treat our president.
Well, I'm sure they think they're doing what they need to do, but
Yeah, they're still European.
huh, must have saw it on TikTok. No, I must have saw it on TikTok. But oh my God, was she mad? I was hit by a car when I was leaving the protest. And the cops wouldn't take a report. They wouldn't take it serious. They told me it was my fault. Yep. But I'm thinking, obviously, it didn't hurt you that bad. You could make a video about it on the street.
Well, of course.
But yeah, Trump's shaking up some anthills here.
Yeah. Well, we had insurrectionists up at the Capitol today.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they're against the big, beautiful bill.
I had to go to Dalton today. I didn't watch much TV.
Yeah. But the person that puts the bills up, the parliamentarian,
Yeah.
she's been playing games and taking shit out of there that has to do with any of the Doge or President Trump's wishes on these bills.
Oh, so a little bit of tailoring.
Yeah, she was put in by Bill Clinton. Or no, not Clinton. It was Obama back in 2012. Getting the dates confused. Things are running together.
Well, don't do that. Why do we got so much dead air? Wow.
Wow. You're sitting there trying to find shit. It's seeing stupid.
Yeah.
Boy, they sure are upset about that alligator Alcatraz.
I think it's an awesome idea. Why wouldn't you?
Well, they're worried about that ecosystem. You know, people in Florida, look at your state. Most of it's in a swamp.
But I thought you were allowed to build in the swamp. I thought it was one of the places in the U.S. you could fill in swampland.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
I'm wrong.
they
I thought I heard it though.
they were building down there anyways. It said what? It had a 10,500 foot runway.
That's awesome. No roads in, no roads out, only airplanes?
That would be cool. Well, I don't know. You got those nice little fucking fan boats.
I suppose you could, yeah. But
Oh,
they're hard to sneak in with.
remember over in France, dude's wife learned how to fly a helicopter just to bust him out of prison?
I think I do remember something about that. I didn't remember it was in France. I think I remember hearing the story though.
Uh,
Hey Eric.
hey, Eric.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing the story though.
And yes, you missed the vape section, so no, we're not going back to the beginning and starting over. And you will write on the chalkboard, I will not be late for Jim's show again. I will not be late for Jim and JT's show again. I will not be late for JT's show. I will not be late for Jim's show.
Wow, you are a hard taskmaster, man.
I learn from the best.
You're in trouble.
And it has to be legible.
Oh no. Can't use an auto
Yeah.
pen? Oh my god, ain't they getting all twisted out of shape about that? I love it.
Hey, they knew what they were doing when they did that.
Oh, you know, wholeheartedly they knew. Look, this is our free ticket.
Yep, I can see little Obama sitting there telling Susan Rice, now you get over there and get that auto pen all set up.
We got some shit to do.
Oh, there was a reason he bought a house down the street from the White House.
No, you're just, come on, you conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, well,
I'm sick of you guys always being right. Now stop.
hey. I was going to blame it on the hot weather.
Oh, it was gorgeous
no.
today.
I can't even say this, man. This is almost as good as the N-word.
Hang on, you need the screen.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
Same-sex couple.
Same-sex couple.
High climate change risks. Okay. Explain. I would like it.
How?
I want an explanation on that.
Yeah, I would kind of like to know. We'll get Brett on that. That's something right up his alley.
Yeah, but you would think that they would be more protected because they're more into skincare, fashion. You know what I'm saying? Typically, I'm not.
Sure.
I'm not trying to stomp on toes, and I do not want to offend. Eric. I got plenty of friends. My daughter, but for the most part, the gay community are pretty well put together. I mean, they're into skincare, they're into fashion, so you'd think they'd be protected against the elements.
Man, I'm beginning to hear hints of indirect discrimination going on here.
Well, no, because they had a show, the straight guy, the Eyes for the Straight Guys there, where they come in and they take dudes like you or me and kind of make them look normal. Oh, what the hell was the name of that show? I remember I watched it a couple times with my sister when she was sick. What was that one where the gay guys made the guys dress? They changed people around, gave them makeovers. Oh yeah. Anyway, I watched it with my sister. It was funny. You watch some gruff old guy. They trim him up and give him a haircut and shine him up a little bit, new clothes. No, not for me. Something like that. My sister was into weird shit. She liked Cher too. She was bumming. She got sick, couldn't go to Cher's concert. She came to Portland. No, I'm not taking you to that one, sis.
If it wasn't Cher, it was Judy Garland.
I could take Judy Garland over Cher. Okay, Queer Eye for
No,
the
but
Straight
that's
Guy.
that's when trans were like a show
But I can
at a private
remember
club.
drag shows. I can remember them at the fair. But they weren't,
Huh.
I don't know, it wasn't like the freak show part of the fair, but
Oh my God. No, these were in private clubs,
oh
gay
no,
clubs.
I'm talking when I was a kid, small town Maine. The county fair came to town. They would have a drag show, but it was like a comedy show, but not making fun of. You know what I'm saying? It was just a comedy show. Just a bunch of guys dressed
Yeah.
up like women, and they sang songs and did skits. And
Yeah. Kind of like the mummers.
okay, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad thing back then. Then they shoved it down your throat. Then they made me like it. They made me accept it. And I don't get made to do anything. Don't make me breathe because I will stop breathing despite you.
No, the hardest thing to come to grips with was having to tell somebody you actually like the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I liked the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I just
See?
wasn't ready for my first night at midnight in the theater when people were dressed up like this and they started throwing rice and toast and yeah, no, it was an experience.
Yes, it was, man.
Hey Nathan.
Hey, Nathan.
Oh, I see Brett. Okay, there's Brett.
Yeah, Brett would be smoking a fag.
Oh, Dylan's in there. Butter squad. A butter cupcake now, or is that what he is now? Butter cupcake.
I guess. I don't know. Them Europeans are weird, man.
I noticed he's been hanging out with people across the pond.
Well, at least if he's got them baffled with his knowledge of diacetyl, we're
Yeah,
okay.
stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni.
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, see the old boy that owned the Dunkin' Donuts. He's decided, well, they're going to get unwoke. Said
Good.
they lost a billion. Yeah, said they lost $1 billion because of it.
I just wish it was two.
What was that I heard about the McDonald's boycott?
I heard about it too. I don't know why.
Well, you know it's got to have to do with President
I,
Trump.
I thought it was something to do with pricing or price hike and price gouging or something. But I'm probably wrong. But I thought that's what I heard. I just didn't look into it. I hear boycott, unless it's going to do really good, like boycott Walmart. Nobody's going to do that, really. When you need something, and Walmart's open. You just can't take that from people because everything else is closed. You can't go to Sears anymore. You can't go to Woolworths. You can't go to Ames.
Can't go to Venture.
There's even our
Yeah.
J.C. Penney's in trouble up here.
Yeah. It's the R. Anthony's.
So Walmart unfortunately has us by the balls. And I worked for the demon for 18 years, almost 20.
Yeah, I cuss them every time I get there and every time I leave, vowing never to come back until I
Yeah.
need that again.
Well, when you need something, you need something. I need it, and I gotta go. I
Yeah.
can't wait for Amazon to deliver it in 3 days.
Pills. They had
Yep,
pills.
pills. And some things are just
Legit.
plain cheaper.
Yeah.
I get it. It's the same argument with everything you want to do. I get it. Everybody should drive electric cars, but not everybody can afford them. I have a truck. I'm not going to replace my truck. Get over it. Yes, a smart home is nice, but I have a home. I'm not upgrading it to a smart home. You can argue that with everything.
Yeah.
I get it. You
Yeah.
progress. I'm going to stay right where I'm at. I've worked hard to get here, and this is where I want to be. Maybe it's not pretty to you. Maybe it's not, you don't understand it, but this is me.
Yeah.
And I love being I'm 59. I'm right on that edge. At 60, I can start whacking people with my cane and get away with it. I got a big old maple cane. I've had that fucking thing since 87.
And
It rode 40 miles, well, almost 50 miles on the roof of my car, all the way from Kittery up the highway, all the way home.
um,
Oh, yep. It hooked itself on the C. This is back in the CB days. It hooked itself on the CB antenna.
it'll do that for you. It's be a good walking stick. Either that or it's cursed. And
I would benefit better from a walking stick because of the way my shoulder and wrists are. Because my wrist has got a plate in it, and that's not any good. And my shoulder. So using a cane, the angles suck. So a walking stick
uh,
would be better, but try to handle a walking stick in and out of the truck, in public. Where do you put it when you're trying to look for something? A cane, I can hang on my T-shirt, and I can do something. Oh, yeah. So I just
yeah,
tighten the
that's where
brace.
you need one of those little shepherd's crooks.
Well, that's what I want, but it's just it's big and cumbersome, and it's not easy to get in and out of the truck, and yeah, because
Well,
they
you
they
should have been
got this
doing them
one. It's an
exercises.
ergonomic staff, and it's got a bent handle just right. My mother has one, and it feels just right. But I don't know. It's just too big, too cumbersome to handle. I like my little cane. And I know I can whack somebody. That little staff was aluminum. He ain't gonna do no damage. I want a
Yeah,
shillelagh because sword cane scares me because they're gonna find it. That's the first thing they're gonna look for. And if you stab somebody
yeah,
with it, they know you have it, and they are highly illegal. But a shillelagh is
bastards.
just a bumpy stick.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I like a putter for.
Who is it? It's Oh my God, MTech? That might be MTech. Puts out it's like a Warhammer, but it's walking staff size. So it's just, looks like like a pistol grip cane. Only it's got the Warhammer spike on one side, hammer face on the other, and you use it like a cane.
Nice.
But I just that gets too many looks. I mean, you got to be smart when you're in public.
Yeah,
I don't mind confrontation with a libtard, but I don't want to cause one on purpose.
yeah,
He's got a weapon. Oh my God! I mean, they're scared of
mhm,
fingernail clippers on airplanes. Come on. What's a guy
yeah.
like
But
me
how
walking
many
around with?
guys have you known? How many guys have you known in your life that had to register their hands when they come into a new town?
Oh Jesus!
You've known a couple, three, four.
Oh, oh! I knew a guy. He was convinced he was a ninja, and he trained the special forces of the United States of America.
Neither one of those was he.
Oh yeah, he would spend a year in the jungle, never coming out, just waiting for them to come in as a training course, and he'd take them all out, teach them how to fight and sorrow by. Oh yeah, he was convinced. He did have some good weed though, so that's why I kept going to his house. But
You call him Jeremiah.
no, but if I'd have known then what I know now, I probably would have called him Diamond Dave with his
Learn how
judo
to get.
chop. Yeah, no,
Oh, imagine that. Oh, I love that woman. After a Pakistani imam delivered a sermon calling on Muslims to fight infidels or face catastrophic consequences, Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, demanded the deportation of the speaker the next day.
awesome. Just the way it should be.
That, and I love her no poker face. She just can't, no poker face whatsoever.
But you don't really need one. Oh, what was that montage I saw earlier? Well, it wasn't a montage. It was just they said the way the presidents felt about Iran, and they showed Biden. He said, "What would you tell Iran? Don't." Then they showed what's her name there, Kamala. They showed her, and he says, "What would you say to Iran? Don't. Just one word. Don't." And then they showed Trump. What are you going to tell Iran? We're going to bomb the shit out of you. I don't care.
Yep. And these people, they don't get it. They get it, got it in their mind that everybody thinks like them or acts like them.
When they
You
don't,
know, no,
you are the minority. Not the world does not operate in your utopian society that you've created up. You're right.
yeah, you because look at the different countries over there just in the Middle East. You know, you've got the lower caste set, which is basically your Palestinians and Bedouins. Then you have the next level, your Syrians and Egyptians, and the next level up would be like Jordan, which are highly educated and
Yeah.
you know, and real well to do. And then you've got Iran, they're kind of in between. They're still part of the third world, but they've got education.
Yep.
You know, I'm sorry, when you're dealing with the third world, you've got to go down to their level to deal with them. They don't understand anything else.
No, not really, and especially as long as they've done it. It's not a new conflict. It's not a 50-year-old conflict.
At least 1,000 years.
At least. Well, like Trump said, they wouldn't know what to fucking do with peace.
Mm-hmm. Don't know what they're fucking doing. And it's over there by you, down south of you. Just what went on there in New York City. Then you got New Jersey, supposed to be the most Islamic state or city in the United States.
Nice.
It's no longer replacement theory, people. It's actually happening, and you're not
Yeah.
paying attention. I've been watching it since they started shoving them up there in Europe 10 years ago or better.
Oh.
Oh, isn't that nice? Old J.B. Pritzker's running for his third term in the Illinois governorship.
Huh, well,
Oh, let's see how they do this time.
again, I just don't feel sorry for him.
Nope, that time's been gone quite a while back. So your governor done anything stupid lately?
Uh, no, but she still. The last time she was in the news was when she was at the moose lottery.
No
So,
better.
oh yeah, they booed her bad. But they're still after her about the uh, girl sports
Men and
shit
women's.
because
Yeah,
her sister mysteriously made a lot of money with her organization and her husband.
yeah. God, how many they say of those NGOs were tied with Pritzker's family? 65 or something?
Yeah.
No, it was a lot.
Hey, Cheryl.
So are they getting the things ready up there for the big 4th of July
Yes.
riot?
Well, I don't know if we're gonna have a riot, but I think they might, but they always chicken out
Yeah.
up here.
Well, they might have a deal close to the school cafeteria on the campus, universities. Never forget that one. She was going on a hunger strike, and they wouldn't bring her food.
Oh my gosh.
You know where the cafeteria is.
That's what they told them when they took over California college there. When they took over
Or
that building.
UCLA.
Yeah, you're not feeding us, you're gonna starve us out. No, man, you know where the cafeteria is. We're not bringing
Yeah.
food to this dorm. It's your choice to be in there. But they don't like that. They don't like being held accountable. Me? You mean I did it and I have to pay the price? Oh.
I know it. Oh, we missed it. The planned emergency exercise. March Air Reserve Base. We'll be conducting a routine emergency exercise Thursday, June 26th from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Okay, they want a medal.
Near the base may hear a waving tone siren followed by shelter-in-place voice alert. This is only a drill. There is no emergency. No action is required.
So wouldn't that be the perfect time to pull some shit?
Yeah, like what was it, the Olympic bombing
Yeah.
down in Atlanta? I just happened to be down there playing with explosives and stuff.
Yeah, it's only a drill. Until it ain't.
Yeah, who put that real anthrax in the fogger? Haven't seen any updates. The old boys that got shot in the nuts.
No, I haven't. I saw an update of one of them that got. They said he got hit by a truck. His face was swollen and cut, and yeah. So I'm kind of hoping it was true. Yeah, but I haven't seen the nut guy or the eye guy. I saw the one report about the guy that got shot in the eye,
Yeah,
but I haven't heard more
I
about
don't
him
know.
either.
It took one for the team, coach.
Yeah, well, your team sucks. I can't believe how bad my eyes are getting.
Huh?
I said, I can't believe how bad my eyes are getting.
Why don't you use your bot eyes?
Ah, that's too easy. It's only a single coil RDA.
Uh, I was wondering because Mark may have drifted your way and got some on you.
No, not yet. No, your arm falls off. Kelly says, you know what causes that? I said, no, you don't go blind. Your arm falls off.
So we had Pete Hegseth arguing with Jennifer Griffin this morning.
Okay, who won?
She was telling him that her information on the bombing raid was better than his.
Really?
I'm trying to figure out how that works.
What Chinese spy is she talking to?
Exactly. They go with that stupid leftover bacon bullshit again.
Leftover? No, what?
It's like climate change. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't. Bacon is one of them perfect foods that never spoils. Because it's never around
That's right. It
long
doesn't
enough.
last long. Exactly. You're somewhat of a fisherman, I take it.
Well, I used to be quite the fisherman.
Did you ever run across a situation like this? Please, that.
What am I looking at?
Shoot. Dude's got a fish biting on his ass and he's trying to get out of the water.
Oh, I see it now. What the fuck?
I have no idea. You're the fisherman. I had to ask you about this.
Well, I don't know where he is. I don't know of any fish that's going to snatch on your ass. Except maybe a shark, or that weren't a shark.
No, looked like catfish to me.
Maybe a catfish might. Depends how bad you pissed it off, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was bearskin, I could see maybe a sucker or a bottom feeder, but
Well, it's what it looked like.
I don't know, man. I don't want no fish biting on my ass. I guess better my ass than my willy, but
True bottom feeder, that's for damn sure.
true bottom feeder. Yep. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm not fishing with that guy. We caught a fish once, me and Kelly. It looked like a trout. It had the same color as a brook trout, but it had the scales of a chub, and it had 2 rows of 3 horns on its head. Real, not horns, but little sharp snubs on the top of its head.
Yeah.
I had no idea what that fish was to this day.
That was the night I went into labor.
I don't know if it's left over from the nuclear plant or what, but
No, that's usually three eyes, man. Old Blinky.
But yeah, but the best thing is you catch an eel when you got a bunch of girls on the shore.
Do what?
Catch an eel when you have a bunch of women on the shore. You
Oh,
want to talk about pandemonium?
I ain't been swimming back there.
Yeah, Kelly,
Yeah.
put a fucking foot back in that river.
Nope.
I
Unless
just.
they
oh.
moved a rock.
But what the hell is the difference? You were swimming there all them years with them there before.
Because I didn't know.
They didn't hurt you then.
I ain't gonna find out either.
That's why you never use a dive mask where you swim. You don't really want to know what's down there.
Yeah. Oh, what was it I saw? Shark was supposed to have come up through the bottom of a glass bottom boat and took out three people.
Whoa, that's cool. I'd like to see that video.
I wish I could find it. Saying great whites was either down around South Africa or Australia.
But now I want to ask, what kind of boat was it? Because it doesn't sound like it was very seaworthy if a shark could come through the bottom of a glass bottom boat. We're not talking Jaws here. Don't you're not going to get me to believe it's Jaws. So
You mean you wouldn't go down in a cage,
most
pet
definitely
one,
would.
make a
Oh, I
friend?
would love to go down and get what you. I don't care how vicious, as long as you can make sure the cage can stand up to it. I mean, I would love to go down there and poke one
Oh,
in the nose.
hell, I've seen them go into those cages
Yeah,
too.
no, that's what I want. Assurances against. I want to be able to poke him in the nose, and he can't bite me. But then again, if they can't bite you, they shit on you. I don't know if you saw that video about that giant shark that was swimming by, and he
Yep,
circled him, and big cloud of shit, and he swam off.
yep.
Fucker.
All them animals, all of them.
Here's to the shitting shark.
Don't forget about the hippos.
The hippos, I like hippos. They're just a badass fat motherfucker that just don't care. I'm gonna shit
That little
everywhere.
tail
I'm gonna
gets the
eat
going
everything.
around and
Yep.
around.
I will shit everywhere. I will destroy anything in my path.
Who wants to talk about lions?
Oh my.
Haven't seen any more of those people ignoring protesters.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite series.
There's a lot from over the pond, but I am really surprised though. There's only been that one shooting though.
Yeah, but
That
no,
was a good
sure, they're
movie,
sitting
Brad.
out. It's a.
47 meters down. It was about
I
being
guess I've never
caught.
seen it.
Yeah, they were caught in a shark cage. It was right up there with the movie what was it, Fall? I think it was called Fall. That was a weird movie. Straw. That was a weird movie.
Yeah, I was showing that to Jim last night. Those guys in the boats
Yeah,
running into the protesters.
with rubber rafts. I still say I would have put carpet strip on my fucking bow and just punctured their rubber raft. Just walk around. Wouldn't be enough to hurt anybody, but it would do
Yeah.
quite a number on that rubber raft.
And see, can you imagine if we did that shit here in America and traveled by gondola and shit?
Oof. There is one town in America that does that.
Oh,
Can't remember where it is now. The whole town's built on a whole canal system, and there's no
hmm.
cars in town. You can own a car, but you have to park it outside town limits. Only bikes, scooters, and boats. Where the hell was it? I just saw it. It was on one of them hometown around America kind of shows.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was on homes you wouldn't believe people lived in. That's what it was. Because then they showed the little round mushroom kind of houses that over in Switzerland, I think. They got a whole little community of them. They're just absurdly tiny, not very functional, but everybody loves them. There's a waiting list to get in on them.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, lesbians are out doing yard work.
Are they?
I like lesbians. I always thought if I was a woman, I'd be a lesbian. Oh, in fact, lesbians have
You
their own
notice something
shoes.
about that run?
What's that?
Notice something about that run? We didn't have any airplanes fall out of the sky.
Yeah,
And they flight over there, do the mission, and come back all in one fell swoop like that.
yeah.
How did that happen?
Huh. I think you're looking too far into this.
Uh, I bet it has something to do with that damn Pete Hegseth.
I bet they couldn't just justify one of them planes falling out, so their brother-in-law got the contract to build a new one.
Well, this just ain't gonna work. You know, it takes at least 5 people to watch one put a bolt in.
Did they find out who leaked it to CNN?
Not yet. They're still investigating. They always investigate. Nobody ever goes to jail. Nobody swings from a rope.
Yep.
And trust me, there's been enough shenanigans going on that people need to swing. It's the
Mm-hmm.
law, folks.
You know, the people would be happy even if the low-level ones would start getting thrown in clink.
Yeah, just somebody in jail would be a little bit of a bone, but no, we are dealing with treason, plain and simple, and there are clear
Yep.
laws against treason, and we need to make an example. I'm sorry, That damn kid's on the escalator again. Somebody needs to be made an example of.
Yep. Because that shit wasn't set up in one day. And then it's all the damn hangers on that are only there just to screw up anything that's done by this administration.
Exactly.
Throw the wrench in the monkey works.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if we all just said, hey, let's make a country where you just do your thing and I'll do mine?
Now you're talking crazy.
So they said what that fireball was that went over Georgia and I think Alabama.
No, huh? All I saw was a picture that through that windshield where it was falling down.
Yeah, well, I hadn't heard of it. I mean, it's got to be a meteor. I mean, well, it could be a satellite or something, some space debris.
Yeah, as much trash as we've got up there.
Yeah, that's the human signature. Trash. You can't go anywhere on this
Yep.
earth without trash.
In the universe. Oh man. Speaking of which, so you knew that they got some signals from Voyager, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you know that before they got those signals, the Voyager made a right turn
That I
just
did
after it
know.
got out of our galaxy? Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be able to.
I knew it went out
And
of
now
our
there's a weird,
galaxy and it weren't supposed to. I didn't know it made the hard right.
yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be just following something they can't really get a picture of, but they know it's following it.
Cool.
Yeah, and it did tell us, stay on your planet.
Would you want us out there?
I don't know. I kind of did like the cantina scene in Star Wars.
Yeah, well, but all I'm saying is any technology that can get you space travel, they can intercept our broadcast. They see what's going on this world. We are not a desirable neighbor. No, I don't want to live beside you. You guys are fucked in the head. You ain't got it together yet.
Yep.
It's like a little kid giving him a 12 gauge shotgun and not starting him off with a BB gun, you know?
Yeah.
We probably should stay in our own solar system for the time being.
Federal judge rules that Trump dropping an F-bomb without consulting Congress is unconstitutional.
Of course it is. Damn near insurrectionist.
Yeah, what about that other one that's telling him to rebuild that nuclear plant?
Don't laugh. That will be a thing.
Yeah. Well, it looks like everything's kind of quietening down for the 4th of July thing.
Well,
So
like
we'll
like
see.
that video Chuck played last night, about the black fatigue. It goes across the board. Everything, anything that you're gonna
Yep.
take to the streets with a sign in your hand on, I don't care.
Yeah.
I know I'm not anybody special. You don't have to impress me, but I'm not the only one that just don't care. So they're killing
No.
kittens in Malaysia. I don't care anymore.
Yep.
Palestine's being. I don't care. They can work it out. Me and the old lady have a fight. I don't call JT. We work it out. You know.
I thought you said my advice worked rather well.
Shh, I'm trying to make a point.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Then I've heard Bill Gates and who was it? Yeah, the new head of the WEF are inching closer to getting a hold of all the water.
nice. Now, how does that
You
make
know,
sense in anybody's eyes? Somebody has to vote on this. Somebody has to issue the permit. Somebody has to make this legal. How
yeah.
is this
Well, you
right?
remember the states were apportioned to how much water they touch. You know, be that on the sea on the East Coast, you had to have every state had the equal share of access to the waterway, and out in the West too.
I just don't know how you can give one man that much.
But they want to go around and tell you that water is not a right.
No, really? So if by that logic, air's not a right. By that logic, food's not a right.
Yep. It's just more nanny shit.
Yeah, I mean, come on, where does it end? You have to know how stupid you sound spouting this stuff.
Yeah. Get a clue. We've already started showing you over and over within the last 2 years. Your shit's stupid. It doesn't work. You
I,
know?
I,
It's like
I,
over there in Britain.
I
They're
respect
they're taking
people. Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, they're taking people's land from them so they can put up solar panels. At the same time, they're going to block out the sun.
Yeah. So instead of charging you for the electric that costs money because it's oil fired or coal fired, we're gonna charge you for solar electric, but now I have to charge you access to the sun.
Yes.
Because let's face it, the sun's not a right either, huh?
No, there's some theories that we've not really been seeing the sun for the last 30 years.
That is possible.
But I'm all out of blue pills.
Oh, I mean, it's possible. But let's face it, we won't know. Because by the time we know, it's going to be the earth will be gone. Boom. Bye.
Stupid earth.
Oh, it is what it is. We got enough to worry about here on Earth. We don't have to worry about the cosmos.
No,
We,
but that major things kind of keep an eye on it.
well, I'm hoping
So
I'll be dead and buried by then. So my kids and grandkids can take care of that.
you have some bald headed woman waking you up in the middle of the night.
No, no, I wouldn't go over well. No,
And,
that's
well,
almost as bad as a
Oumuamua is
creepy
supposed
kid.
to be a spacecraft too. So that one goes over to Life Force. Pretty naked women walking around out in the night.
I'd be all right. I don't know. I think it's just too chaotic. They ain't gonna come visit us. Nope.
No, well, it is in their plan book, though. We throw it out there just to see what kind of chaos we can stir up amongst the public.
But with all the movies and all the storybooks. Dude, you don't think anything's possible? Like we could just piss somebody off or just bring attention to ourselves? I mean,
Yeah. What was it, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? They had to get rid of the planet because they were building the intergalactic highway.
yeah. You don't know.
Yeah, on Star Trek, they just hit warp speed, pissed off them. Who was it, the Vulcans first?
Yeah, the Vulcans. Yeah, the Vulcans. But then the
Or the
Borg.
second.
What if we don't get the Vulcans? What if we get the Borg?
Now you're scaring me.
I mean, it's a very real possibility that the universe is not
Hey,
filled with good intentions and rainbows.
yes. And what have they been working on down here? Transhumanism.
No, again, I think you're just seeing things you don't. It's just
Is that,
yeah. Well, what do you think?
well, I was going to put this up real quick.
Okay, hang on. Let me give you the screen.
Okay,
Oh, you
let's
got the
do
screen.
this. Huh?
I never put it back.
Oh, good for you. There we go. Are you saying I was doing this?
Hey, I like that.
Because I have been accused of noticing things.
I got one in the other room that says caution, edge of sign is sharp.
No shit. Oh, what's that stuff they slap on the leaks?
Oh, yeah. The infomercial
Right.
was famous.
hmm Everybody had some.
Yeah.
You
Flex
can make a
Seal.
boat out.
Flex
Huh?
Seal. Flex.
Flexville, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Brett. That's what they'll put on the sun. That'll fix it. Well, brother,
All right. I think we'll go pee and go join the cool kids in Chuck's room.
yes, we will. Thank y'all for joining us tonight.
God bless. Say a prayer for America.
Stay classy.